Use it or lose it. Use it or lose it. Season 2 is back, and we've got a magnificent guest for you. We've got a lot of new stuff. We've got the new sponsor on board. We've got a new feature on board. We've got a new iPad. But I've got an old face still with me, Schalk Burger. Our first guest today is Jaque Fourie. We call him Mossie. Hello, Mossie.
Hello, Yella.
How's it, Mossie?
How are you doing, Scally?
Very good, thank you. More importantly, how are you?
Awesome, buddy. Yeah, going on. Life goes on. Life is good. So, yeah, it's got 2 kids now, keeping me busy.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's all good.
That's what happens. You retire, get kids, and then
living the dream.
Living the dream, as they say.
Yeah,
and you are still living the dream here in Krugersdorp.
Daarsa, ja.
We are on site at the beautiful Krugersdorp at Henny's. Henny's the dog.
Yeah.
But Tinus made it available for us. Not a lot going on.
It's still
this
early.
stage.
No, it's still early. It's Monday, you know.
It is Monday.
But give it time. I think it'll pick up later.
Happy to be back in South Africa.
Yeah, it's good. Home is home, you know. South Africa's home. Good to be back with family. You know, your support base, mom, dad. So yeah, it's nice to be home.
Yeah, so you've basically got nothing to tell us, eh?
Nothing at all. You
Yeah.
know, it's just like I said, I'm doing school runs in the morning, picking them up in the afternoon. So I basically
Because we have a tight schedule, eh? You
are.
have to be out of here.
School
Yeah.
run is at 2, so boys.
And that's a highlight, eh? That's a highlight.
That's
of the
my
day.
highlight, yeah. So in the morning I wake up, I go to gym, come back home, shower.
Obviously, besides the highlights in the hair, the
Yeah, I
natural
go
grey
once a week for that, just to keep it there, you know. And,
Still better than mine, though.
To keep your
Way
hair
better
there.
than mine.
to keep my hair there. And yeah, other than that, just living the dream. I
So,
guess.
by the way, I mean,
Yes.
you guys played 12 and 13.
Yes, yeah.
30-odd times for South Africa. Is this the most you've ever said to each other? Because I remember certain test matches, mostly
No.
coming to you afterwards saying like,
Yeah,
No,
"Yes,
that's not true.
I'm your 13.
I am here.
I am here.
Yes, I am here.
I am your 13.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
We had a good relationship, me and
Yes.
John. You know, we didn't even have to talk to each other. I knew what he was going to do.
Instinctively,
And
eh?
instinctively, yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
He
so-
used to say Bostic, but it's not because he
No,
had
it
good
wasn't.
hands.
Yeah,
It's just
it's
never
just
left
he never
his
left
hands.
his hands.
It's
yeah.
actually a very relevant point because Mossie, as you've gathered, we do have a new sponsor on board.
Yes.
Okay, Vodacom also joined us, and we've got a new feature called Fan Favorites.
Yeah.
Okay, brought to you by Vodacom.
Okay.
Now what we did was we on Instagram we gave our use or lose it
Yeah.
number to the viewers and
Brilliant.
said send in some questions for Jaque Fourie.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Yeah.
The legend. And, you know, then we can find out what's going on, what's he doing,
Yeah.
what's he, you know, keeping busy with. So I'm going to show you the first one.
Cool.
I think it's very relevant. Just press play there at the top.
Who the hell is this guy? Let's see.
Jan here from Stellenbosch.
Hi, Jan.
I just want to know, who was the best centre you played with? And then who was the best centre you played against?
Okay.
Laka.
A lekker man. Okay, Jan. What's
So, I mean, obviously, apparently
Yes.
I didn't communicate or
It's not,
pass.
it's not one of John's friends at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, and he's from Stellenbosch though, so it's...
I live
it's
in Paul.
Exactly.
I don't know him.
All right, but anyway, Jan, from Stellenbosch, I think that it's obvious for me. I mean, I've played a lot of tests with this person, and he is sitting here. So, like I say, the day that we started,
you don't have to say.
the day that we started playing together, it was like that cliche. It was meant to be, you know. So, and since then we had this. Before I actually got to the Springboks, you know, you always have this guy that you want to play against. You've got a rivalry against him. So I played at the Lions, John played at the Stormers, and every time I play, I just wanted to rip his head off. I told him this already. I said, this guy, I don't know what it is about him, but I just want to rip his head off when I play against him. But it's actually because when we started playing at the Springboks, we've both got the same personality and stuff. So, you know, and since we played together, it was just like we clicked, and since then, yeah, it's just been history.
And
So-
it's weird like that, eh? Because, I mean, I experienced the same. And Scalla, I don't know if the loose fours really work the same, but I mean, it was literally, we never played together. Then we
No.
played that first test match
Yes.
together as a centre combination against Australia,
Yeah.
and it just clicked on the day, you know. And it's weird sometimes you put unbelievable players
Yes.
together and it doesn't work as a
Yes.
combination. And sometimes you put two
I guess a
palookas
lot of
together and it works.
a lot of it actually just stems from sometimes just on training field.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
you move the same, or you
Yeah.
just instinctively run off each other, or you
Yes.
understand what's going. And it works both ways. Like with loose forward similar, it's not always just on attack; it's on defence as
Yeah.
well. I mean, never passed him, did you? Did you?
I passed him.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
The first test we
You-
played against
No,
you,
he
so
put you
yeah,
away.
he had to.
Yeah,
He had to. You know,
Yeah,
there was
no
no one
joke.
else next to him. So
What do you mean?
And I
No,
was really
great.
quick. to
I
get
was
there.
always nervous
I
when
was
John.
really
waiting,
quick,
you were
I was
joking,
waiting and I was
waiting, yeah.
come boys,
Stuck in third gear.
Exactly. And then when I Papa.
And the best international guy you played against?
Well, I started actually, and it was probably a good thing for me because I still played against Tana. You also played
Yeah.
against Tana Umaga, and that guy was just a beast when he was younger. So actually, I think for us it was a blessing when we started playing against him because he was quite older. And also Sterling Mortag was also a good opponent to play against. You know, he was direct, he was hard.
He had the leg drive thing
He had
going.
the leg drive thing going, and
Tough to tackle,
tough to tackle. And that's what you want to play against.
Also a big guy, Sterling Mortag.
Solid unit,
Big
yeah.
unit.
Solid unit, yeah. So.
And I suppose always, I always find it like my Nonu would be for me also
Yeah.
one of the best ever to play against. And the same thing for them, the Nonu
Yeah.
Conrad Smith
Conrad Smith
combination
also, yeah.
was really good.
Yeah.
And then even the Darcy O'Driscoll.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
I
was
thought
good.
over the years.
You know what? And also saying that, coming from me now, for me playing against Australia, that centre pairing of Australia, because they did their analysis so good, they
Yeah.
knew who they wanted to held up in defence and stuff. So it was tactically they were very good. Where New Zealand is, they were very physical. You know,
Yeah.
they were straightforward. We knew what was coming, and either you tackle him or he's going to run over you.
You still
you
got to
know.
tackle them. Eh?
Exactly.
I remember their starter
So-
moves often off
Yeah,
scrums was just
yes,
truck it up.
Truck it up,
Yeah.
over scissoring Nonu or just a centre straight in the middle. And that was easy, where Australia were more tactical. They had, they were holding up defenders and inside pass, and they were really good at it.
But mostly people won't remember this really, but
Yeah.
started off as fullback
Yeah.
and even slotted a few conversions, didn't you?
No, not really, Scalla.
Penalties?
No, I was
Good memory,
I was a,
Scalla.
yeah, good. I was a bad kicker.
Yeah.
I think that's what they moved me to centre because when they started kicking at the back, I always just used to run it up.
Run
And
it
when I
back.
kicked it, it always used to slice off my boot. And
It's like where the kicking coach goes, kicks it into the 15 and you go like in between the 15.
Exactly. And when I still played 15, the punt kick, we didn't use the punt kick. So it was either the torpedo,
The shank.
the shanky. And that didn't go forward. It went backwards the one game. So I was like, listen, I'm not going to kick again. And I think then the coach said, listen, let's move it to centre.
Centre.
Much better there.
We've covered it on the show, I think about 5 times on 5 different episodes where Schalk loves to
Yes.
tell the story
Yeah.
where I kicked the ball at Newlands and it got stuck in my hand and I actually
remember
kicked it
that.
backwards.
I remember that.
I remember just laughing at him and he
remember
going,
that, yeah.
and I was trying to get a
Classic.
smile out of him. He was pissed off. He was like, no, I
Yeah,
can't.
it wasn't, yeah. No.
So, Mosi, you've spoken about, kind of coming through the ranks, playing for
Yes.
the box a little bit. Now, all of us have people that we look up to,
Yes.
okay, when we're youngsters, but
Yes.
then eventually it turns into you being a role model for others.
Yes.
So my fan favorite, number 2, is going to be this one.
Hello, Scalla and John. It's great to hear from you guys. I love the show, Use It or Lose It. It keeps you both out of mischief, and you've had some really awesome guests on the show. Jaque Fourie, what an absolute legend. I went to the same school as he did, Worshipful Monument. Where most of our lads watched him play rugby, we absolutely loved watching him play. He's definitely my favourite centre. And then JDV, sorry, you're probably my 5th favourite centre.
Well done,
Fond
John.
memories of him, especially
Yeah.
in 2009 when we were in the boarding school and with the British and Irish line, it's all coming up.
Yeah.
Later this year, watching him score that try in 2009 was unbelievable. Our whole boarding school, we went bananas as he went over. And he was just the type of player who was always inspirational. Great defender, scored some amazing tries, like you both know very well. And never got the chance to meet the bloke. I hear he's really funny. Way more funnier
No.
than JDV. That's kind of combined. So it would be interesting to meet him. But I can't say enough of the guy, what he's done for a lot of guys in our school, and how he inspired a lot of guys to try their best and play the best they can. And I still think I broke Mosi's record in matric for the most tries scored, but I'm not too sure about that.
That was a lot.
Just joking.
Not sure about
You guys
that.
are wild.
So Jaque Fourie,
Brilliant.
you know,
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, and talk us through that. So also, he went to Monaco,
Yes.
also Springbok
Yeah.
Centre.
Yeah.
The kind of influence you had on younger guys.
Yes.
You know, that must make you feel pretty.
Yeah,
pretty
it
cool.
does. I mean, even if you just make a difference in one kid's life, you know, it makes me feel good. I mean, you guys also know, you know, people look up to us. We've got a certain standard of stuff that we need to, you know, when you go to places, people is at awe with you.
Yeah.
So, and it's nice to hear that, you know. Also a legend, I think. He was a really good player.
Yeah.
I think he left South Africa too early, though. But, I mean, yeah. But,
Be it as it may, yeah.
Be it as it may, you know, just like us, my hero was Jaapie Mulder and Henny LaRue, you know.
Yes.
And I had when I was still young, I had the honor and the privilege to meet him because he was actually dating one of my friend's moms. I don't know if it was, so, and I asked him about it. We had a meet, a golf day, so I asked him about it. He said, Moshe, I don't know, that was a long time ago. So I said, Jaapie, no, don't stress. Let's leave it there. You know, so. And
Denial.
Exactly. So, and then, I mean, just the part he played in my career, you know, just with someone that I wanted to play like, I wanted to be like, and then to reverse the roles now, to be someone that someone look up to, it's amazing, you know. So, yeah, it's a real privilege.
Yeah, it's surreal sometimes. Eh?
Yeah.
Because I suppose all three of us, every now and then, you
Yeah.
kind of get recognised again,
Yeah.
and we almost grow into it, eh?
Yeah, I mean, you get used to it, don't you? But you don't, when you're starting out playing rugby, you don't think you're going to be, you know, idle
No,
or
not
change
at
the way
all.
people think
Yeah.
about the game. You just do your thing. You've
Yeah.
got inherently, we've
Yeah,
got
yeah,
certain
yeah.
strengths and you
Yes.
play. And then after that, when you do realize what it means, you know, to especially the kids, because
Yes.
that's the ones,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah.
I always try and make the extra effort with.
Yeah.
You know, like you realize what it means for them. And you're trying to calm them down, saying, listen, I'm just another guy. And I'm except Wimby, because you probably
you
get
it a
scored
lot.
with.
Well, I mean, it's like, yes, I don't feel like I won, but anyway.
You know what happened to me? Like, obviously now with Supersport, we do the games, and
Yeah.
I went to one of the games that the Stormers played at Newlands. So I did the game at Newlands, and a lot of the guys that's still playing there, we played with.
Yes.
But the others that you didn't play with, you know most of them, and they know you. And then there are some that's much
Yes.
younger. So now I'm standing there before the game, and everyone's coming to greet me and whatever, and I chat with Scalla and whatever, and Rikus Pretorius, the centre.
Yeah.
So obviously, I never got to meet him.
Yeah.
So he comes, he shakes me and says, "Hello, I'm like,
I thought he would. Yeah.
I still played in that jersey a couple of years ago. I'm the worm. But I mean, that's reality.
I thought he was going to go, hello, Alvin Hollenbach.
Okay.
Yeah.
But now, we're all fathers, all three of us
Yes.
are fathers now. But then I think back, there's some of the stuff that we did. And if you guys remember that photo.
Remember us playing Kings and Arsenal? That's amazing.
I
brilliant.
remember that last round. He was basically crying. He was crying. And the Marmite was
And he
going on.
hated Marmite. He couldn't stand Marmite. What's a Mikey?
Mikey Clausen can't stand Marmite. So
what
what
a
we did,
legend.
every time, if I remember correctly, every time you lost the game
Yes.
of Kings and Arsenal,
Yes.
we took a bit of Marmite.
So he had those little tubs.
The Vegemite.
Vegemite,
The Vegemite.
Yeah, but also spot the guy that doesn't have, two guys that don't have Marmite.
I've got fish paste.
He's got fish paste. So fish paste on his face.
I've got fish
And the
paste.
smarty man,
Smarty
under
man's got
Pretorius
nothing.
never lost.
No, he never
They
lost.
never
He
lost.
obviously cheated.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah. He
I
obviously
remember
cheated.
Mikey. He just wanted to vomit the whole time. Legend.
Mosi, we'll get to your experiences abroad and
Yes.
Japan, the experience there, the coaching at
Yes.
the America Eagles, and all of that. But with this in mind, this photo, some of the stuff we got up to off of the field.
Yeah.
Some of the memories of the tours we had, and I mean that's what makes rugby
That's
as well.
special. I mean, I'll tell a story. Schalk will laugh now. Actually, we went to Perth. He was also there, so we stayed in that hotel by the casino.
Yes.
You guys know where it is.
The Burswood.
Burswood, and we went to I think the club was called the Jewel.
The Jewel, yes,
the
yes,
Jewel.
yes, the Jewel.
The
And
Jewel.
then
Just
the-
across the road.
The Irish, there was
Yes,
the Irish
yes.
pub
So
and
we
then
went to the Jewel.
yes.
So now every time, now it's my time to go get beers and stuff. So I go get the beers and stuff. And as I come back there, every single time, someone here farts. But I don't know what he
One of the
ate.
three of us.
One of the,
That's not you and me.
It's not me, yeah. We're not going to say. But and then he farts. And then as I walk on the beers, now I just arrived, and he's like, "Oh, you stink. Why are you farting?" And but it stank, people. It's the first car that I see that empties a dance floor. And they almost, when the guys come with Monsters Inc., with the kid wears in, they come and have to shave him. And they almost did that to me, because every time I came back, he farts and everyone thinks it's me.
So it wasn't you.
It wasn't me.
Okay.
It wasn't you.
Luckily, we resolved
but good
that
memories.
15 years later.
Listen, we were in the 03 World Cup, obviously.
Yeah.
Mossy is one of the Staaldraad survivors. I think we're covering quite a few of these guys. And his nickname, they actually changed from Mossy to Cadaver, because every single day a body part fell off. Now, he broke his nose, then his tooth, then he broke a finger or what he did.
No.
But we were in Australia, and we were youngsters with Derek Hougaard.
Yeah.
20 years old.
20
eh?
years old.
20 years old. Derek had obviously a starting role, so he was quite serious about it. But me and Mossy, every night, late night message, what you doing? Quick little beer. Yeah. And every night we snuck out. We had to dodge because back then we had a bodyguard, 007, 000.
He was on us, eh?
But me and Mossy went out every single night for a quick little beer just to catch up, see if everything is normal still.
We've
That's
actually
fun.
got a great photo of you and Bakkies. Cuddling each other. Bakkies in the spit
Yeah.
at Staaldraad.
That was probably the most hectic
He
night.
actually
that
sent me that picture the other day. Said, "Miss you, buddy." I just took it for what it is. I miss you, buddy.
Also, if you see Bakkies now, I don't think you can get that close to him. You're a bit further away.
And that photo, I think I was behind Bakkies. I think it would have been way worse if he was behind me. So I was just like, I miss you too, Bakkies.
But the lucky thing for me, and obviously, the three of us kind of, I think, went through the ranks in kind of the same era. And obviously, I'm a bit older than you two, but we got to know each other very well off the field. And I don't know if you recall the one holiday we had, and you came to visit in Langebaan.
Yes, and I do.
A December holiday. But now what happened? So we went to this place, and as we to Flaming Joe's.
Yes, flamingos. I remember this.
So we go there, and as we arrive, there was a police van outside. Okay, so we walk in and now they recognize us. Now they want to take photo. And I say, okay, cool, you can take a photo. But when this place closes at whatever time, you must wait here.
Yes.
You must wait here for us, because you have to take us home. So now we're like whatever, having a big jaw. Come, lights off, out the club. We walk out, here's the police van waiting for us. We get in the back, okay? But as we get in the back, now we're driving away, okay? Lights on, everything. And as we're driving back, my brother comes out and he just sees... He sees
guys in the back of the
So he runs in, stop, because he didn't know it's a joke. So we go to the police station first, we take photos there. Eventually they take us home, but now it's like, it wouldn't have been in...
Between 3 and 5 in the morning somewhere.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been in lockdown hours, curfew hours as is. And as we drive, now we're renting a house, as we drive down the road to get to the house, he puts on the lights and whatever and says, no, we're home, we're on the floor, whatever. Open up and we're out.
Good times, though.
Yeah,
Yes.
some pretty good times.
I don't think we get away with that now, eh?
No,
we're going to the police station for the right reason now. It's gone.
Do you rate yourself as a dancer?
I can dance, ja.
Okay.
Actually, ja.
Langarm of los?
Langarm, no,
Langarm
ek
is-
surf. Nee, ek love om te surf.
You like
Die long
windsurf?
surf, ja,
Ja.
windsurf, ja. En los, ek kan lekker los dans, ja.
Is it?
3 o'clock in the mornings kan ek lekker dans.
We've got some lovely photos of the two of you showing your moves.
Brilliant.
But there's one video.
Ja.
Let's call it fan favorite number 3.
Ja.
Were you in a bit of a different environment trying to teach the guys, moves? Just
Is that's in Japan?
That's in Japan, ja. That's amazing. Oh, Marjan, what a legend. This was an awesome night.
Yeah. It seems like the others were enjoying it as well.
Look, the Japanese, they are unbelievable. So this was Gary's apartment, I'll tell you now.
Yeah, I won't tell you where I got that video.
Yeah.
Even if it is Gary Gold's apartment.
Exactly. So that same evening now, what the Japanese like to do is, because I think that was Gary's last night in Japan, so he left it to go to the Sharks. So what they like to do is they love to go into your room and snoop around.
Yeah.
Always. I mean, remember even when Peter Grant were there the one day, so he got a bag of Puma stuff. So he invited everyone over, and he heard water running. So he's like in his apartment, he's like, what's going on? And as he got in there, one of the scrum halves, his name is Sugar, is laying in the bath, chilling.
It's his first day there.
He's like, what are you doing? I said, no bath. It's like,
Yeah, he doesn't have a bath.
He doesn't have a bath. I mean, so they climb into his bath, he baths. Okay, so he comes out later that night, they put on all his Puma stuff. Comes out, say, Peter! It's like, but that same night also, so Gary's stuff is all in his room, ready to leave the next morning. So we had a Tongan guy, Tony. So he decides he's going to take his bags and throw all of his stuff over the balcony. He stayed on the 10th floor, throws everything off, even his vacuum cleaner.
Everything went.
Everything went. So the next morning he didn't like that.
And tell me, Japan, talking about Japan, obviously post-11, signed 1 year with the Panasonic Wild Nuts.
Yes.
I guess the plan was to come back to South Africa and continue here. Finished your first year, scored something like 20-odd tries or something in the top league.
Yeah.
And then your plans changed a bit after that.
I think, all of us, I didn't know too much about Japanese rugby. So for me, I knew Jaque van der Westhuizen played there, Anton Pital played there. So I was like, listen, boys, why would you go to Japan to play rugby there? So then after the World Cup, I went there for a season as a medical joker at Panasonic, and it was absolutely amazing. So, and that same year when I was at Panasonic, I already signed with Kobe Steele for another 2 years. So, and since then, I think it's, for me personally, looking back now, I wouldn't have changed anything. I think it was the best decision I made, for me and for my, I was still young married. I'm married 2009. So for me personally, it was the best decision. And you played
You also saw the light moving from Ota to Kobe.
Oh, terrible place, Ota. Jeez, we stayed actually opposite the Subaru factory.
Yeah.
So it was, if you walked out of your main door, you just see cars, factories.
We actually played one game in Ota. They play like 2 home games there, and the rest is in Tokyo.
They call it a cemetery.
And I think they haven't lost there in, I don't know, something like 100 games or whatever. We took 60 points in Ota, but it's one of the hardest places to go.
Panasonic's a quality team, though.
Quality team. What they create is very nice. The team is very tight. The training fields, the facilities is awesome. So they're like a brotherhood. Like we became, So it's only rugby that they focus on, So it's really good.
Also successful club at Panasonic.
Very successful club, yeah. So, and it was scary because now I'm in Japan. You don't know. Me and Kelly literally came back from the World Cup 2 weeks after that. We left to Japan. Crazy story. Tell my agent this. And he says, no, everything is fine. You can. So we fly 24 hours to Osaka, to Tokyo. So we get there. So guys say passport. So I give him my passport. He says, where's your visa? So I said, well, the agent said I don't need a visa. I can just come in here and then I can apply for one. I get it in a day, Yeah. So the guy said to me, sorry, sir. So we actually I flew back. Sure. 25. So I went back to Kelly. I said, my wife, we're going back home now. She said, what's going on? So they actually interrogated me for 2 hours. They said, what are you doing here? Yeah. You don't have a visa. What are you doing here? And crazy story. Flew back, and 2 weeks after that went back again. So. Yeah, but the first few weeks was scary.
And happy with that decision to eventually, stay there in Japan for such a. You obviously you had an amazing career in Japan itself as well. But from a Springbok point of view, you played many Test matches, scored against every single nation that you played against, a try.
Yeah.
How many tries? 32?
32 tries,
32 tries. But your last Test match in 2013, right?
2013 against France, end of the year. So, like I say, I don't regret anything. I think, when I left to Japan, and just getting there to see how the people treated us, it was also like a family. And just to give them that commitment, say, listen, boys, for the next few years, I'm just going to devote my time and effort to the team, that's
they appreciate it.
And they carry on their hands, and for me, like I say, for being a newlywed, that was absolutely wonderful for me and my wife. You know, so each day I went to training, I came back, it was so chilled, so it was very nice.
And just a totally different experience to what we experienced in South Africa.
Yeah, totally different. And you're out of your comfort zone. You know, it was either that or going to France, playing the same amount of rugby, playing in South Africa.
Yeah.
And I just decided, listen, let's go to Japan, let's experience that.
Yeah.
I had to learn French, but now I'm learning Japanese, which is just as difficult.
Yeah.
And after a few months, you know, I could help myself. Going wherever I went, I could ask how much is it, what is that. So it was really nice.
Yeah. Is your, because Kelly, your wife's, is she fluent in Japanese?
She had a level 1 Japanese, so she actually, everywhere we went, I was actually the joke, because we started off together with lessons, and then the teacher
You've
would
always
ask,
been.
so now the teacher asks Kelly something, watashi wa whatever, and then Kelly repeats it, she says, and so, yeah, but I'm sweating there. I'm sitting there, I know she's going to ask me now. And then she's like, and if I don't know something, I repeat the question, because my mom always knew when she came home and she had to ask me for my test. If I repeat the question, I didn't study. So then after a while I said to her, listen, I don't want to have lessons with you anymore because you and the teacher make fun of me. So I just want my own lesson with her. And then the teacher comes over and she's like, hi, konnichiwa, genki desu ka, but they probably knew me as genki desu ka. Because everyone went, genki desu, genki desu, genki desu, genki desu. So she comes in.
What does genki desu mean?
It means how are you doing? How are you doing? So genki desu, genki desu. So I said, so we chatted, my lesson is only for an hour, so I chat about a whole lot of nonsense for 45 minutes. And then, look at the time. And she's like, Moshi-san, we didn't do anything. I said, it's fine, no, we'll do it next time, don't worry. And then, I just decided, listen, I'm going to cancel it because Kelly knows a lot.
Yeah.
So I could just use her as my talk wherever I go. And, so it was good.
And do you reckon what's better currently, your Japanese or your English?
No, I lost a lot of my Japanese. So my English is very good, very delicious.
No, that's good to hear. Mosi, we have to touch on the Lions.
Yeah.
The Lions series this year, obviously massive. The role you had to play in that whole series and getting the win. It's probably one of the most amazing tries I think I've ever experienced. How was that experience for you, taking part in a Lions series?
Yeah, I think it's so real because now, and I've never been a big. My rugby knowledge before I started playing wasn't
like your
a
Japanese.
Lot. It was like my Japanese, So I'm one of those guys. You tell me what to do, I do it, and that's that. I didn't look too much into history and whatever, but I knew, it was a big thing. After the World Cup, British and Irish Lions is on the top of every player's list. So I got married 2009. The wedding that you guys came to and trashed
on the final of Super Rugby.
Exactly.
We played for the Lions. We've got an open weekend back then.
I planned my wedding when we started the first month of Super Rugby. I already started because I know we're not going to play the final. And so
I love the coach. Where the coach gets
I also knew the Stormers was going to play the final.
So we could
make it.
Exactly. So anyway, that year was 2009. I still went on honeymoon. And 7 days into our honeymoon, my phone is going crazy. Phoning Peter de Villiers. So I said to Peter, I'm going for 10 days. Please don't bother me. You've only gone on honeymoon once. So... And I went on honeymoon, came back, and I think it was only 1 week, and then the test series started, So and from there on, because there was such a big build-up towards it, and it was such an amazing series, And when I came back, it was straight into it, and it happened. So
no, it's amazing. So as you can imagine, when we put this on Instagram, the people could remember that try that you scored. So have a look at that one. Just play it.
When I was Jaque Fourie, in the second test, 2009, in Loftus, when he ran over Ronan or Dolmat and he scored on the corner, I was like, come on!
This guy's got a lot of fire.
But then, probably, it's not
Here we are, Loftus Versal 2009,
Yes,
second test against the Lions.
That's good.
Fourie de Priya out with the ball, it goes out. Long pass to Beck, who's also pretty long. Jaque Peterson to Bruce out to go to Jaque Fourie, bounces. Trying to take him down over the line, one-handed. Is it a try? Well, the crowd thinks so, and the bench thinks so. Jean de Villiers certainly thinks so, and he gives Bruce a massive hug. He checks out his bicep, that's back in the crowd is happy. Mornay and JB give him a massive hug. The cameraman's unsure. Referees deciding who's going to pick up the corner flag that he completely decimated. There he goes, picks it up. Here's the replay. Long passes out, through the hands quickly. Brousseau to Jaque Fourie, who bounces O'Gara like a toddler on a trampoline. Only needs one outstretched arm. It's a try. Unbelievable. That bitch in the crowd is chuffed. That Scottish bloke is not chuffed. And well, the bench and the entire crowd at Loftus are gay, man.
That's not bad, eh?
That's not. That's awesome. Awesome to go through that again.
Did you realize at that stage what impact it would have and the significance of that try?
Not really, because like I said, I started the first test off the bench, second one also off the bench. So everything, it was such a tight test match when me and Mornay came on, So, and it happened so quickly. I think before that was a line out, and I was it 2 or 3 fights, and I went back for scissors with Mornay, and I remember someone stick his finger in my eye, one of the players. So I actually stood up and I couldn't see properly.
And
So imagine,
you ran out
and
to
that's
the wing.
exactly. So that's why I ran out to the wing. So I was standing there, I couldn't see, and as I looked up, the ball was coming. So the most amazing thing is I caught it with one eye. That's the most amazing thing.
You probably didn't see Ruben O'Gara either.
No, so I didn't see anything from this side. So I just saw there. So I
You just told yourself there's nothing. There's nothing
exactly. I'm
there.
just going straight through, and that was that. So
It's easy as that.
easy.
Also, one try of the year.
Yes. Yeah.
09. Apparently, the reason why he couldn't go out is because you have no bottom limbs, no limbs,
There
no
was
calves.
I've got no
If
calves.
you had calves,
Yes.
it wouldn't have been a try.
No, but I've never seen a cheetah with calves, So,
I get
or a
you.
racehorse with calves.
Victor Matfield? No calves.
No,
Kivit.
Kivit, yeah. Kivit with
with
no
calves.
calves. No, you don't. You don't see that.
Unbelievable try.
Thanks,
No
guys.
doubt about that. And we're getting towards the end, Mosi, so we
Yeah.
need to let you go, but we've got one more video.
Brilliant.
Couple of questions.
Yes.
Jaque, how are you doing? I have 2 questions for you. The first
This looks
one
like Tian
is
Liebenberg.
your Japanese experience. How would you compare the Japanese
We kinda
league in
covered
terms
that,
of
right?
intensity versus the local tournament or the local domestic rugby and also European? How would you compare that?
Can I just show them how this guy looks? He looks like Tian Liebenberg. Tian Liebenberg. T-bag.
Karate Kali.
Karate Kali.
Diamond package, as you want to call it. And the second question I have is, have you ever played fantasy super rugby and having to pick yourself and make yourself captain for a weekend?
Yeah, great, Bob.
That's a good question.
Good
Have you?
question.
I've never played fantasy football rugby. I don't know if I've never done that. I've got no, what is the word for it? No
Ambition?
ambition or no to do
Interest.
that.
No.
Interest. There we go. No interest to do that.
Okay, guys, we're running out of time.
Yeah.
Okay. Jaque, I know
Yes.
that you've watched all the episodes of
Yes.
season 1, Use the Lose It, right?
Not really, but
No chance.
yeah, no chance.
No chance. Not even
But
one.
we've got a feature on the show
Yes.
called the Don't Laugh Challenge.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
And we wanted to, Schalk doesn't like it.
Yes.
So we wanted to bin it.
Yes.
But then by popular demand,
It's back.
it is back.
It's back.
John took an executive decision there. It's
Yeah,
back.
It's okay.
It's not that I don't like it.
because
The
it's
jokes
older.
has just been
That's terrible.
disgusting.
That's terrible.
But maybe
Okay, let's
new
see.
year,
I'm
new
trying.
content.
Let's see.
New
5.
guests.
Mostly 5.
Yes.
So
Okay.
I'm just going to give
Play
my
them.
thing.
Okay.
And then you have to,
Straight
no, you
five.
laugh, but then don't laugh.
So no laughing.
Don't laugh challenge.
Okay.
Okay.
Brilliant.
The one that laughs first,
Yes.
then the other guy gets a point.
Brilliant.
5
Okay.
questions.
John holds score as well.
I'll do the scoring.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, you ready? What do you call it when a group of apes starts a company? Monkey business.
I hope that you get
Good one.
one of our cameramen in the back here, because that's
Yeah.
normally where it
We
goes.
should get other
Good
people
one.
here to
Good
come.
to see you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, but you're good. That's
No,
one.
it's
you.
terrible.
0-0.
Terrible.
You want to know why nurses like red crayons? Sometimes they have to draw blood. Red crowns, blood.
Draw blood. Got it.
Good one.
You don't have to explain it. I think
Okay.
we'll see we get it.
Okay, guys, you're really good.
Jy het goeie
Okay.
idee, man.
What kind of a noise? What kind of noise does a witch's vehicle make? Broom, broom.
I actually like that. I'm going to give it to you.
Yes.
I think
1-0. 1-0.
I wanted to say broom, broom, but I didn't
broom.
want to take the punchline from you.
Okay, two more.
Okay.
Two more.
Nice, John.
1-0.
I like it.
Well done.
Okay. My wife asked me to stop singing Wonderwall to her. I said, maybe.
You're going to be the one that says...
No,
nothing.
No.
That was my winner.
It was a cool one.
Broom, broom got me.
Yeah, broom,
It's the delivery, yeah?
broom, broom got me. Okay, last
What,
one.
we
You
got
better
one
make
more.
it a good one.
1-0.
Okay.
That was the
My
good
wife
one.
asked me to stop singing Wonderwater. No, okay,
No, not again.
Why do some couples go to the gym? Because they want their relationship to work out.
Yeah, no, nothing.
John.
Let's bend this again. Take
Mostly
it
you
from
won.
Schalk.
Won.
Bend this one.
That's episode 1
Brilliant.
for season 2 of Use the Lose It.
Luckily, I wasn't as awkward in
No,
that.
Probably
segment
not
as
going to
well.
have the Don't Laugh challenge next time because of Jaque Fourie. Yes, he can score unbelievable tries,
And I
but
can
no,
also
he
keep a
can't laugh
straight
at my
face.
jokes.
No.
Mossy, thank you very much.
Thank you
Thanks,
very,
guys.
very much.
Yeah,
I know you've got to rush off for a school run.
It's what I do now.
Don't hang
Scotty.
around
It's what
too
I
much.
do.
But
Yeah.
thank you very, very much.
Thanks,
It's
guys. I
awesome to
appreciate
catch up. And
Yeah, no.
we always say this, we don't see enough of each other, but it's
Yeah.
one of those relationships when we do see you, we just...
You just pick off where we left off. But
and you
it's-
look
exactly
much
it.
older.
I do.
Guys, apparently, they've got a challenge here
Yeah.
at Henny's. 1 kg
Yes.
steak, T-bone,
Yeah.
and a liter of beer. Okay?
Well, I know which one of the two I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, I'm also looking forward to the steak. We're going to do the challenge.
In? How many minutes?
30 minutes. Within
30
30
minutes.
minutes, I think.
Okay.
There we go, Scalla. Mossy, I know that.
Bye-bye,
Thank you very much. There we go.
Is he chips compulsory?
Yeah, alles.
And then
Squid.
obviously, there we go. And Mossy for you, because we've
Salad.
seen that you picked up a lot of weight. Good luck.
So it you fit into the jersey.
You got 30 minutes.
Let's start.
Cheers, guys. Lekker.
Awesome.
Thanks, Mossy. Cheers.
Brilliant.
So we managed to finish the challenge. If you ever in the Gauteng region, in Krugersdorp, anywhere close by, Pretoria, wherever you might be, come to Henny's, 1 kg steak, a liter of beer in
30
under
minutes.
30 minutes. It wasn't easy, but we did it. We persevered and we did it. Okay? It was by lekker.
Guys, on all social media platforms, please follow us on Instagram, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to YouTube. Is that right? Yeah, man. Season 2. I've aced it.
Season 2.
Here we go.
Met de bier in my gat. Okay.